Welcome back everyone. I've been doing a little bit of ghost busting off screen. Geenies that appear from touching gravestones can be defeated. However, if you defeat the original Geenie, all of them will die. Assuming ghosts can die, which I don't think they can. But that is a mechanic similar to the original Legend of Zelda. Only the original Geenie could be defeated though, and once it was defeated all the others died. Anyway, with very poor choices of words about what happens to ghosts when you hit them with a sword enough, let's head down into the Colour Dungeon. Talk to the skeletons here. This is the Colour Dungeon and we're the Colour Guard. You'll need magic powder to get anywhere in here. Say the word and I'll sell you some. Now we have 40 users, so we're good to go. Head into this room and meet camo goblins. Can we actually defeat... No, we didn't get to defeat them with that sword strike. Now, these appear on coloured tiles, but if you pay attention, there are also patterns. You will note that green has a circular pattern. Red has the square pattern. In here, bomb this wall. And you can reach a little treasure cache containing 140 rupees. I don't think this respawns. But if you want that last little push to get the bow, this is a good place to visit. In these rooms, you need to turn all of these blue. So hit this one, and then this one. We will get our first chest in the dungeon. It's the compass. This is the most important aspect. In this room, you can defeat these enemies by jumping at them either off the floor or using your Roc's Feather and hit them out of the sky. We can't go down, so we have to head over here. Now, these enemies, you have to defeat them and throw them into the matching hole. Observe, if you will, that the holes have specific colours but also specific patterns. As I mentioned, this has been modified to help you out. They will also have specific symbols on them. Blue ones, throw them into the square holes. Red ones, circular holes. We have the stone beak, but that will only give us information on one specific thing. Defeat the camo goblins to proceed. And we can go into the next room and grab a key. Now these enemies, when they hop around, they will change the colour of the tiles. Green is fine. Yellow, a bit of danger, small cracks. Red, lots of cracks. If you jump on red again, it will break. Those enemies can and will break the floor, and they will often fall to their doom doing so. That door doesn't open, so we have to head up here. Now my advice is to actually head up through this room. We'll need to prepare our magic powder for what's coming up. This room is inconsequential, but in here again we have a puzzle. Hit this one, then this twice. The owl statue will tell us, try if you dare make every tile square. More camo goblins. They've introduced blue, which has a diamond pattern. Grab this guardian acorn, because we're coming up to a mini-boss fight, and this is why you need the magic powder. Boo! I am no weakling. Your pitiful sword is no match for me. It will turn into a buzz blob. Transform it back. Watch out for its attacks. It can shoot lightning in cardinal directions, or the intermediate ones, whatever you call sort of northwest and that, based on where it's facing. And it hurts a bit. It will transform back faster when it's near defeat. if the fairy actually bothers to let us pick it up, we can go in here and we can get the boss key for the dungeon. There's a longer trip through the rest of the place coming up. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of backtracking because there's no warp point. However, we're pretty much good to go. Avoid the enemies in here and don't fall down those holes. Unlock this door and face another mini-boss.
What a greedy fool. You want more power? A buffoon like you might as well give up and go home.
This enemy's design is somewhat similar to Ramrock and also Eox from Phantom Hourglass. When he jumps, dodge those rocks and hack him. They do a fair amount of damage too. He's also invincible when he prepares to summon them, which is very annoying. As he gets closer to defeat, he will start summoning more and more rocks. Note that like Slime Eyes, if he hits the ground, you will be stunned temporarily. It's a bothersome mini-boss because it disrupts your motions. But, with plenty of health, you can take it down, as we have done. Now you'll see that a lot of the floor is damaged. Jump over here, hit the switch, and we need to go up first in order to grab a key. Defeat all the enemies in here, and we will get a different chest. This is where you finally earn the map of the colour dungeon. And there were plenty of those to deal with. So we have our map, and if we quickly look at it, it's nothing spectacular, this dungeon design. So a room full of these. You will inevitably wind up having one of them go into the wrong hole. And they're very, very aggressive. But as you start sorting them out, it will be a bit easier. And you will notice yellow is triangular. With those bothersome adversaries bested, we've got the last key we need to proceed. Let's see if we can find some pickups along the way too. Now this is a puzzle I struggle with. The best tactic is to make all of the ones in the middle red and then switch it around. We've got the opposite way, that's good. That worked. Just some Zols to defeat in here. Nothing spectacular, but you did need that key. And our health is restored. So head on this way and hit the switch. You can walk along those blocks, as we saw back in Bottle Grotto. Now the boss of this dungeon has been made a bit more bothersome. This is safe. I'm safe. The Hard Hit Beetle. An upgraded version of the Hard Hat Beetles we've seen. He will back away from you, and eventually start spitting projectiles. Jump them if you can and get close to attack. Step back. Take your time. He'll start summoning Stalfos from the ceiling as well. This was something he didn't do in the original version, but he did also heal. It's a real problem when you start getting mobbed by everything. However, if you manage to push him to that bright red with plenty of cracks, he will be defeated. The fairy is dropped, and we can head in here. Welcome, Link. I admire you for coming this far. I will give you the power of colour. If you want offense, choose red. If you want defense, choose blue. Which power do you want? It is worth noting that you can pretty much flatten any of the challenges with the red mail, so I'm choosing blue. Are you sure you want the blue mail? We're not going to be taking very much damage, but that's fine. As you wish. So shall it be. Relax and close your eyes. The warp is there because you can come back and change your tunic. And there we are, we're rocking some neat threads. I will now take you outside. So that wraps things up for the colour dungeon. We've done pretty well. Now it's worth noting you can skip this if you don't want to do the colour dungeon right away. I've done it immediately just because I wanted to. We're going to be back on track for next episode, where we will be heading out to Animal Village, an important location. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time on our adventure through Koholint Island. I'll meet you back at Seashell Mansion with a bit of an explanation for those who skipped this.